And welcome back to another edition of Dive In Deep with the Dirty Water Boys, brought to you by Trinity Solar.
Ganimal here. Welcome. If you want solar energy, call Josh, 908-235-9526. We have special guests in the podcast studio. Please introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm AJ Caprio, owner of Infinite Wellness in Las Vegas and Integrated Pain Management in Rutherford, New Jersey. And I also partners with this handsome gentleman. We own Advanced Peptide Development, nationwide peptide company.
He is quite dapper.
Thank you
You're
so much,
nice.
fellas. I appreciate
It's
that.
short. It's shorts. It's a shorts.
I'm telling that to my producer. It really comes down to the presentation in the short.
Absolutely.
It's always the presentation. Think about if you go to a restaurant and the food could be cooked bad, but if it came out looking good, you're excited.
Yeah, but then the other turn of that, most good food comes from a shithole truck stop in the middle of nowhere.
Very true.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
right.
now, but now
Yeah.
you're talking about cultural food.
That's fair.
Some of the best
Coach-
hot dogs I've ever had were questionable.
Okay,
Depending
that too.
places.
That too. I like the dirty water dogs, but at the same time, you go to like those hole in the walls in the hood. You go to the block. You get some stuff. It's got to be cultural food.
Yeah.
And
100%.
I'm not saying get pig belly and
That's what I'm
carny.
saying. You're not trying to go to a high end steakhouse.
Yeah, I
in the
got
middle
you.
of the ghetto. You know what I mean? But you know
You might be onto something there. Cheap real estate.
that's true.
I did get some excellent pig feet in
As
Washington
long as
Heights.
you
when
have
I lived there.
as long as you have parking available.
It's all about parking. I go to places
good.
only because of the parking. If they have shit parking, I'm like,
Dude,
maybe.
you get a reservation at 6 o'clock. You show up at 5:30, and you're still driving around.
You
at
guys
6:30
sound like a
parking.
couple of fucking senior citizens talking about parking and fucking
Next,
early birds
next
and
we're going
early
to talk about
birds.
the real estate in Boca and our
Yeah.
scratchers.
How you doing?
So you guys came down. You guys, you make people big. You make people stronger and healthier. Do I have that in a nutshell?
Yeah, healthier.
You're making the world sexier, I'm told.
Sexier.
Sexier
Yeah,
world.
I was steal one of Mike's lines. I mean, like health insurance nowadays, it's called health insurance, but Mike says might as well call it sick insurance because it only helps you when you're sick. There's
That
plenty
is
of people
correct.
that want to go out there and better themselves. You're injured and your insurance is covered. We could help both, obviously insurance based as well as people that
Non-insured?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the thing is, man. We're one of the only countries in the world that medical's a business.
It's
So
a booming business.
a booming business. But the thing is, you're selling people's health.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like he was saying, to piggyback off the comment, sick insurance over health insurance, your job's providing you with that most likely.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to go to work, so they don't want you to be sick. So usually you get good benefits and you have a job and you say, oh, I have good health benefits. And it's because when you get sick, they cover your prescription, your medicine to get you not sick. Health insurance should keep you healthy so you can continue to go to work.
Where you don't need those prescriptions.
Where you don't need them. Preventative care is health insurance. The people are like, I have great health insurance. I got sick last time. I didn't pay for my meds. I did this and that. Why'd you get sick? It's health insurance. You should be healthy. You know what I mean? So we focus more so on that aspect. So I guess in the medical world, in what the realism should be, we do what you're supposed to do. We help you get healthy. Help you get a better version of yourself, as opposed to,
a polished up version of yourself.
a polished up
Yeah, you're
version
doing
of yourself.
inside and outside.
Yep,
Here's a
absolutely.
good saying in the medical industry is treat the symptom, not the illness. If you come to me with a bellyache and I
Yeah.
make your belly feel better, you're going to come back. If I make the source of the bellyache go away, you're never coming back.
You're not a repeat customer.
They mask the pain.
I guess.
Keep coming back.
You know
So
what I
now,
mean?
let's start from the beginning, right? We got a guy who comes to you, right? And he wants to be stronger, bigger, more
Well, I mean,
agile.
I think honestly, you want to start from the beginning. I think we should tell you why we got into it. I mean,
Well, there you go.
I
Let's
mean,
go through
so
that.
I had been researching stem cells for my shoulders. I had shoulder pain, wrestling in college, more from weightlifting over the years, heavy lifting and everything. And one of my neighbors asked me to play softball. I haven't played softball in years. Swung the bat, rip a line drive rip a line drive up the middle, tear my bicep, where it rolled all the way up.
Ooh.
I was gonna have surgery for my cousin, who was a pretty renowned physician. Knew nothing about stem cells. A friend of mine said, hey, there's this doctor, she's 31 years old, Dr. Lloydine Jacobs in Paramus. She uses stem cells. And I was like, well, I have to have my bicep reattached. She said, she'll inject you before you zip up. So had treatment. Within 28 days, I was able to lift again. And I was actually benched 225 28 days after the surgery, which I thought was...
So typically,
That's
in that
incredible.
kind of procedure, if you didn't have that, what would be the rebound time?
I could just tell you from experience, without mentioning names, I had two friends that got hooked on opioids after it. That's how much pain they were in.
So they're in pain.
Yep.
Someone wrote my audio. They're in pain, and they go from there, and how they have to get fixed, right?
Fixed, and then they're going
How
to PT,
long would that
OT.
take? roughly?
4 months minimum.
Now, 28 days, you're back in the gym.
28 days, she said I can go try to lift at the gym. She didn't specify for me. Most of the time, it's bring the bar down to your chest because you can't bring the bar because of the surgery down to your chest. I sent her a video first of that, and then I sent her another video of one of the kids spotting me in the weight room doing 225. She says, I don't know how much weight that is, but that's too much. And she says, but how did you do it? I said, I really have no pain. I said, I have zero
So
pain.
you're talking almost full recovery.
So there was
Well,
no
I
surgery?
wasn't able to, like I said, I would have gone. I wasn't repping it out. I did it one just to see if I could do it, and I was like, holy shit, I can't believe that I really had zero pain after the surgery. One day, maybe the second day, I was at talking about hot dogs. I was at Ruts Hut with my buddies, hanging out.
You know you're okay when you're at Ruts Hut.
yeah.
Everything,
You guys
everything is
remember-
better. Everything is better at Ruts Hut.
Yeah, but I just couldn't believe the recovery. So my father, who's a surgeon, had 4 strokes, couldn't operate anymore, couldn't treat patients. Was doing administration work, which I know he's bored of. He wants to, he's a guy, active guy, went to school in med school over at University of Rome. He likes being out in the field. He likes, being out
He wants
working.
to
and
do
everything.
stuff.
So I took him to this doctor. She treated him. He left without a cane. No longer had a walker. And he's not going to run a marathon, but he's back to walking and working. And then there was a famous doctor from Las Vegas who was at a training in Nashville. Sent him down there. Went into his brain to reverse the effects of the strokes. And like I said, he's able to write again and everything.
That's
So
incredible.
this was done with stem cells.
Stem cells, yeah.
Okay.
And just by chance, my uncle becomes the 10th stem cell manufacturer in the country. And he went to say, all these accounts, all these doctors you're talking about stem cells, can you introduce our stem cell? And they tried it, and they were blown away by this little lab my uncle started. And the reason why is they get the Wharton's jelly from the umbilical cord of C-section births and mix it with a little non-vaccinated C-section births. And
So my twins' birth, that could have been some primo stuff right
yeah,
there.
absolutely,
You have a twin?
absolutely.
I have twin boys, just had them.
Oh, you have
yes,
twins.
Yeah.
How old?
3 months.
Awesome, man.
Just had a
Wow.
C-section.
Is it your first-
Non-vaccinated.
Now I know why
First
you can't
kids?
come out tonight. Now I know
Yeah.
why you
No,
can't
he's got
come out.
3 other before
I got
that.
5. I have one hobby.
So
Yeah.
you had
Yeah.
3, and then all of a sudden it went to 5 from 3.
Yeah, because I was like, fuck it.
Well, hey, you know what Rodney Dangerfield said the best things about kids were, right?
Making them.
Absolutely.
Practice makes perfect.
So-
Everyone Problem is, I don't need to practice.
You got so good you started making 2 at a time.
Yeah, I look at someone. I did a podcast a couple months ago, and the guy
I
said,
hope that's not
"You go
true."
throw one to my wife. I've been trying for 3 years." I'm like, "No," and John just raised his hand. I have 3 kids. I could definitely do it.
No, yeah, but you still
I got your
remember.
back. Yeah.
But we actually, a doctor asked us for a sample. They were going to Sloan Kettering to do a test all 10 of the legal manufacturers. And by say legal, there's other companies that could buy it wholesale and they'll white label, but they don't care what they use. Like they tested the 10 actual labs that were
So there's
legalized.
black market stem cells
They
too.
don't buy, they're just white labeled. Like they'll buy any company, throw their label on it. We don't.
Well, here's
we
the
don't do
thing.
anything.
And so he's talking about the quality of stem cells.
Yeah.
Like we kind of talked about just briefly ago was, the medical industry is a business. Stem cells have been around. Stem cells come from you.
Yeah.
We've been around a long time, so they've been there. Within recent years, more people are doing it in the United States, but you used to have to travel out of the country to do it, and the reason was, out of this country, you don't make money with medical. That's something that people from America will come do because it's not offered here. Because in America, it doesn't make you money because it heals you.
That procedure my dad had for the stroke, people have been doing that in Mexico for years.
100%.
saying.
Yeah. Because you were
So-
saying earlier, they don't treat here to make you better. They treat you to keep
No,
repeat
like
customers.
listen, dude, you come in,
Yeah.
your right shoulder hurts. I'm gonna fix that. I know from my experience and my education that your compensation with the left shoulder due to your right shoulder recovery from injury is gonna lead to a left shoulder surgery, and then from there you're compensating here and you're going there. You are a business funnel once you walk into the doctor's office.
Okay.
They're looking at you. They say, "What's your injury? When I fix that injury, what's going to happen during the duration that's going to cause you to need another one?"
You're going to have to come back for checkups, prescriptions, the whole deal.
They pay you
Yeah.
for an office visit
As
every time.
oppo-
If they
Yep.
come in,
Yeah.
As
you
a-
come in for a follow up that's 5 minutes. Guess what? They're billing you for an office visit.
Absolutely.
And guess what? You come in and we aid in your recovery and you actually feel like you're getting better. We can then prescribe things to aid in that, as opposed to you come in, your right shoulder hurt, we fix your right shoulder. You come in, your left shoulder hurts, we fix your left shoulder. Now you're compensating with your upper body, so your hip hurts, so now we're doing your hip. As opposed to that, your right shoulder hurts, feels really good. Let's see it go from 75% to 85. Let's see it go from 85 to 95. Let's progress on that. Now your shoulder is good. The injury is good. You go focus on what was holding you back that wasn't an injury. Now you realize, I have some
I
things.
feel good.
I feel good, but there's other things that aren't injured that are holding me back. Now we can focus on what's really holding you back in life, as opposed to just injuries you're fixing for the
Now,
rest of your life.
is there the health insurance covers this?
No, health insurance right now is covering. Like the doctor did my surgery. I was already in for having surgery, so she'll they know they're going to make 20, 30 grand on surgery, so they're paying out of pocket for the stem cell.
Yeah.
Like good doctors, they want
Yeah.
to help. They want to help you. And like I said, the 10 companies that were all tested, Vitacell Biologics, which is the company we use, tested by far the highest, and the reason why is it's just the Wharton's jelly with a little bit of saline, nothing mixed in, no sulfur or anything. So the average was 68% viability. Ours tested that we used between 92.5 and 100, and the one that tested at 92.5 was 4 hours after it was defrosted. So it was 100, 97.5, 92.5. The average of the other 9 was 68.
Wow.
So after thaw, they were at 68.
There was 4 hours after thaw.
4 after, okay.
4 hours after thaw, ours were 92.5.
those
Everybody
kept-
else,
so
that was
the-
our
so-
lowest
so-
score. Was
Yeah, they were in the
so
range
Our lowest
temp,
score
yeah.
was still better than the second best company.
So when we do a stem cell procedure, we have, let's say you were scheduled for a stem cell procedure 2 weeks ago. When you came in for your stem cells, those were overnighted the day before on dry ice and sent to us, and they're cold and they're ready to go. So that preserves the quality of it.
Okay.
So what he's saying by it being not on ice or frozen for a duration and still proving that viability is a huge deal. So if in reality, due to how normal stem cells work, it actually went down a little bit in number and was still higher than anybody.
So
else.
even if you sat your shit out for 4 hours, you're still coming on top.
So
There
Then
was
not,
still-
not that you do. You guys shit
So,
having
yeah,
ice.
so-
You're ready to go. Truly professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're still better than the other guys,
Yeah,
even
and
if you did slack off.
You have to like a lot of people don't realize how cold they have to be stored at. So we store them at 80 below Celsius.
That's a little cold.
That's it.
It's cold.
We have a liquid nitrogen tank in the office where we store them in, and you take it
It's
out.
cool
You
shit.
have to
I wanna
wear.
play with it.
You have to wear heavy fucking
Dude, they're
gloves
the
on
mo-
it to even take the stuff out. Like
they're
my,
the most dramatic packages. You could not know what you're doing. If you want to take it out of there, you look like a fucking mad scientist.
Did you know you could touch liquid nitrogen and go like that and it won't hurt you?
Dude,
You guys know that?
You got to put on
I don't
big
know. I
rubber-
dropped it on my hand. It hurt pretty bad. The
No,
one
you
time.
left it there.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
so
stick your
that-
hand in and
yeah,
pull it
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Dude, you get to put big rubber gloves on and pull something out of a canister real slow. Smoke's
Looked like
coming out.
Mr. Wizard from like that old Nickelodeon.
Yeah, dude. You look
What are you
like-
doing? Playing scientist? Fuck off.
Yeah. Just some regenerative medicine.
No worries.
And there's another. So an exosome is a derivative of the stem cell. So there's 1,000 exosomes per stem cell. Like a stem cell will heal a joint injury quicker, but then exosomes attack inflammation. So people with like inflammation in their whole body, you do an exosome, you can do it intravenously. The results you get are right. Like my father, when he broke his neck, he didn't get a direct injection to the neck. We did 4 stem cells and 1 exosome in an IV. 28 days after having a hangman's fracture. It sounds like we're our own test dummies here. We keep we're getting hurt on purpose.
How do you guys figure this out?
Yeah.
We just keep shooting ourselves up with it.
He flips a
You
car.
would
Evil
be
Knievel,
surprised what
yeah.
happens after hours.
Yeah.
Got the gloves on. I'm trying the new batch.
Flips a fucking car. They pull him out of the fucking sunroof. 28 days later, he's working again, and they told him he was going to be out for 6 to 8 months, and he was 2 months from being 70 years old. In fact,
So this stuff even works on someone that's not a spring chicken.
Yeah.
Oh
so,
my
well,
god, better.
This is the
probably.
best part. You can ask Mike. We went to Hibachi a month later. You know,
Delicious.
the Japanese dudes try to throw the zucchini in your mouth to catch it. My dad's got the fucking thing on. He's trying to catch zucchini.
Can I raise my
1
hand?
month
here?
after breaking his
got
fucking
one
neck.
I got one that tops it. So across the street from the office is the Park Tavern in East Rutherford. We frequent there as a team, right? So to go get
Business meetings.
business
Love it.
meetings.
Danielle,
Yes.
the GM's
Business-
our
Love
patient,
that
great
place.
girl.
Business
we
lunches,
go there
right?
visit her.
So Dr. Caprio, AJ's father, 70 years old, totaled car, flipped 3 times, broke his neck, got stem cells. Okay, he's doing good. Got a neck brace on. 70, broke his neck. He's doing good. I mean, still, how relative is
I
that?
mean, at 70s, doing going but being around.
I mean, dude, yeah. So, we get to Park Tavern, round of shots. Takes his fucking brace off, kicks back the shot. Kicks back the
punch
shot.
your microphone.
Kicks back the shot. Puts his brace back on. Waitress looks at him like he's crazy. But long story short, my man is 70. Recovery slows down at some point.
Yeah.
He's 70. It just happened a few weeks ago. He's catching zucchini at the hibachi. He's doing shots at the bar. He's in the office doing procedures for other people.
I'm more amazed that he's out of the house.
Yeah.
Let alone anything else he's doing.
Well, he's got a young wife, and I got a 16-year-old brother, so I probably wants to get away.
I understand. Yeah. That man's living his fucking best
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Good for him.
So how does this procedure actually work? You get injected with a needle into that spot where it hurts?
Ultrasound guided injection. So a lot of times
Okay.
from the office, we have two great techs, a nerve tech named Juan, and the best ultrasound tech I've ever seen in the world, Ortiz. I mean, this guy should have his own show. He could find something, like 2 seconds. Ultrasound. I've never seen a better guy in my life. And I've had millions of ultrasounds. They'll find the spot. My dad will inject the spot, and you're in and out.
That's incredible.
You know, a couple weeks off at the gym, a couple weeks off from doing what you're doing.
Let it do its process.
We
yeah.
try-
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I like that you said that because, so, stem cells is a procedure, but it's done in a surgery center. It's far from a I mean, I guess it's a surgery, but
Procedure, it's called procedure.
it's a procedure. So you go for a surgery. Now you had an injury. You're also recovering from the surgery. The break time you have from stem cells is to let them do their job. So what a stem cell actually is, it's just a blank cell, right? It's a blank slate. It's nothing at the time. It's from an umbilical cord. So from the umbilical cord, it goes down and then it regenerates into what it's supposed to be. At that point, it makes a human.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So it can regenerate into anything. So it's a blank cell. So you're taking blank. The old school way of doing this was extracting stem cells from your hip that were still there. They would do some
So they would
science
take them
stuff.
from the person.
the
from
bone
the
marrow,
person.
and it was not.
That's,
Oh,
that's
fun.
painful as fuck.
So-
It's very painful.
Well, it's
Very
more
fucking
invasive.
painful.
Yes.
And they're older, so it's more invasive. So now we're taking something from you and putting it back in you. Now, at the same time, if you're 40, 50, 60 years old and you take a stem cell from your hip, that stem cell's 40, 50, 60 years old. And you're putting it in and letting it regenerate. These are from umbilical cords. They've never been used and they're blank.
We're talking primo.
We're talking top fucking shelf.
All right.
And then you put it inside in an ultrasound guided injection, meaning, oh, my shoulder hurts. No. Your shoulder hurts inside, over here, down
Give me
here.
that microphone.
In here, over here, down here, right?
Yeah.
So the ultrasound's going to guide it to this spot. You're going to put the stem cells right there. It's going to
He
regenerate.
needs
to
one
what
of
the
those
body
small
needs.
microphones like Bob Barker on Price
Yeah,
is
so
Right
you
used
don't
to
hit
use.
What I need is another.
Come on down.
So I know you were saying that they're not covered
Hey.
by insurance yet. We're not there.
Yeah,
We're not
like
getting
the
there.
only time they're covered by insurance is if you actually need a major surgery. They'll take you into the
Okay.
surgery center. You have the major surgery. They'll include a stem cell as part of the procedure
Okay.
before they zip you up, so to speak. And like I said, I mean, I've had back surgeries, shoulders, my wrist, and I can tell you from experience, there's nothing easier than just getting ultrasound.
So I know they say, you say insurance covers a lot of it, right?
Yeah.
If you need it for surgery. What about the average consumer that not coming there after surgery and
We-
just wants to be better?
We for like a stem cell, we're priced the fairest I've seen in the area. We're under $4,000.
So
and
the-
we don't
Which
want to make
is
money.
huge.
We want to make. We know when we take care of you, you're gonna tell John. John's gonna tell Mike. Mike's gonna tell me. It's our best. Like I literally don't. We don't advertise.
It's
People
referral.
ask me, why are you not advertising anything?
you don't need to when you're that good.
Every patient tells someone else. That's what we're telling the
It
Vegas office
works.
now. It
That's
works.
why
When has
you never
somebody-
see a Ferrari commercial.
I was just
No,
Exactly.
you don't see it for a commercial,
don't
but
see
also
it-
you never see somebody be like, dude, my rotator cuff surgery, go get cut open by this fucking
This guy's
guy.
got it.
He
That's true,
cut
yeah.
you open and no.
Well, dude,
Yeah.
Stem
while
cell-
we're here, like Frank Yeager, who's going to come on the show, UFC,
Yeah.
his wife just literally sent me 3 people while we're sitting here because they've had such great results. And
Okay.
people, they're coming to them, they're posting about it. Hey, where did you go? Where did you go? We
So,
don't have to post about it because you're posting about it.
Yeah,
He's posting
everyone's
about
talking
it.
So to
about
put
If-
it to
if
put it
you're
in,
in- yeah.
First of all, everybody likes to be the guy. You know the guy that's
plug.
going to give you the plug.
Yeah.
The plug. You know, so but and to bring up to piggyback kind of off what AJ was saying, just he mentioned Frank Yeager, but due to HIPAA we can't mention too many names. Some people are affiliated
Yes,
with
yes.
us, so we can, but we work with a wide population of professional athletes.
Okay.
We're not giving this stuff to people who are living a stagnant lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to feed their family unless their body performs. It's got to keep up with
Yeah.
what they're doing. It has to. There's really no choice. So we're giving it to people. For example, we had a professional boxer who was trying to get his title fight. He was 12-0. At 15-0, he'll get his title fight. He just actually fought it and won the title. But at 12-0 and 13-0, boxing, I'm sure everybody's pretty aware, you use your hands a lot. He hurt his hand in his training camp. And weeks before his fight, he came in for stem cell, exosome treatment, whatever it may be. He got them in his hand. You can't take time off training, a couple weeks off of a professional fight. Like I said, I mean, your paycheck's on that.
Yeah, your livelihood's right there at your tools.
That's it. And now he's in his camp. He's training for this boxing match. He's been training hard as hell. And the thing, one of two, 50% of his chance of making his money is out of commission. We did stem cells. I think it was 6.5, maybe 7 weeks later, went and he remained undefeated. Let's put it that way.
Nice.
So these are not people that are living
He
stagnant
won
lifestyle.
every round.
Yeah, they're putting it to the test. You know
love
what I mean?
science.
It actually is crazy.
Dude, if you think about it, do you want to take a step back from science? I mean, I'm a big believer, like, you know, I like hearing all those old school stories and everything before there were cell phones and everything. So, like, one of the gentlemen who owned York Barbell, I mean, he'd be over 100 now, I'm sure he's dead. In the 1950s, he was the USA Olympic weightlifting coach, right? And we got our asses kicked. The Russians won every medal. I want to say it was the 54 Olympics. Don't quote me in the year. They won every fucking medal. This guy said they're doing something that we don't know. There's a reason why they don't. We have better. We have bigger, stronger. We have the better gyms. And this is in the 1950s. He went over, was friends with the coach. Coach would never tell him the thing. He said he knew the guy liked vodka. I'm not being, you know, to Russian people. The guy was a big fan of vodka. That Olympics.
I've heard that about
Kept
Russia.
them warm in the winter.
They went to it.
Most stereotypes come
They
from
went.
truth.
They went to like an international competition after the Olympics where they swept the board. Takes the guy out. Hey, I wanted to buy you dinner. I want to buy you dinner. Kept feeding him vodka, feeding him vodka, feeding him vodka. The Russian, oh well, we're taking this stick, this, and this. Wrote down the best he could. What the gentleman told him. What kind
the
of
vodka,
out of
could've right.
box, kept right. Goes back.
Hey,
to,
look
goes
at
back
this.
to goes back to the team doctor in the United States. This is what they're taking. We need to be better. Next Olympics, look at the medal count. USA won a lot more medals
Because
than the
we're better
Russians
at
did.
science too. Once we know what's going
Absolutely,
on.
absolutely.
I think it's because we go get the scientists and bring them here.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. You know, like I said, the
We
vodka.
got
vodka
ghosted here.
Yeah.
Guy loves it and stuff.
That's the fucking. That's the. I hope as long as it's not the FDA, all right? Or
Yeah.
They're fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, so you come in, you get your procedure, right? And then this guy has the boxer. He had a 6-week recovery, but then you have other guys who have
and
like
keep
30
in mind too,
days.
hands and feet take the longest to recover because the blood flow's bad. Shoulders and knees are quick. Shoulders, I felt
The
better. in
closer
2
to the
weeks.
heart, the quicker
Close,
it is.
exactly right. Exactly
Gotcha.
right.
See, I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
Yeah. Hey, listen, dude.
Like
Dude,
I've
Yowzer.
injured my hands, and they take forever. You're right.
Dude, I had a scaphoid. Part of it chipped the bone and broke my scaphoid. It hurt me still for years, 20 years. I did the stem cells recently on my wrist, and it took a few months, but I feel it's 100% no. Probably
Just
50%
hanging
better.
out. It's Friday afternoon. Like,
Yeah. Try to go fucking.
Plus,
All
most
right.
people, if they're
What
in
do you know?
pain and just uncomfortable,
yeah, beer.
they'll pay money. They'll be like, oh, I'll pay anything to have this fucking pain go
Those
away.
bottles down.
Yeah.
Because you hit them and then you hear him in the mic.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest. You know, like I said, the wrists and ankles. I mean, even with that longer recovery time, you would still say, "Hey, listen, 3-4 months from now, you're going to feel better. Will you get an injection rather than surgery? 100%.
Absolutely.
Who's going to say
I
no to
hurt
that?
my neck for work, and I refuse to get surgery because the chances of me not being able to dive
Yeah.
again are smaller. So I
Yeah.
deal with the pain.
The doc. So it's one of the first.
Maybe you don't have to.
Friends of mine. Was,
You don't. Well,
was
we'll
a
get into
wrestler.
peptides in a
We
second.
treated his neck. He was the first patient we treated. Collegiate wrestler, All American in college. He's up there over 30. He was trying to make the last Olympic team. He was deep, maybe 5th or 6th best wrestler in his weight class. Was retiring after. He goes, I just want to compete one more time in the world, see if I can make the Olympic team. So all he did was an exosome IV to get rid of, which helps eliminate inflammation, and did some physical therapy like this pool exercises for your neck. I learned about apparently that help you with like you push the ball down behind your back in the pool, help strengthen your neck and everything. It's all he did. He was back competing, and actually, I mean, he didn't make the Olympics, but he made
But
the
damn, did he
quarterfinals
try.
at his age. I mean,
Yeah.
for instance, you're wrestling guys that are in college or right out of college. He had to be 33 at the time.
Well,
Wow.
listen, a more laid back explanation of that. I mean, I wasn't in the Olympics, but for example, I have never gotten stem cells. I've gotten exosomes.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't get them directly injected. I got through an IV. I work out, so I go to.
I hadn't noticed.
So I go to the gym daily, right? And I built up injuries as well as built up habits to compensate for those injuries in my workouts without even knowing. Meaning something as simple as standing up with a dumbbell in each hand and doing bicep curls. I focus on my feet position, tightening my abs, squeezing my glutes, because I have lower back and I have spinal injuries. So keeping all that tight while I curl something is very important. Otherwise, like going back and forth, I'll feel it. So, to be honest, one day we didn't have a patient show up for their exosomes. There was extra exosomes.
Just laying around.
Laying
go to
around.
waste,
We
yeah.
had some regenerative medicine.
Yeah, I got
Just fucking hanging out.
And
You know
as
what
you
I
said
mean?
earlier, you have it on ice. You can't take it off. Now what do you do with it?
I take it.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
I take
Yeah,
it.
why wouldn't you?
So I put it in the IV bag, added some vitamins to it. But what's weird is you sit in a chair just like this with an IV, right? So you're not getting surgery. You don't feel anything. You're just hanging out. Maybe you're on your phone, listening to music. You're doing whatever. You're there and then you leave. And it's like, you kind of feel like nothing ever happened. A couple days later, I was in the gym, and like I said, unbeknownst to me, I have these habits that I adjust to in order to make the exercise successful. I didn't know, it's just I'm in pain. So your body's smart. It adjusted on its own, and I just do that shit. I was doing all that, and I'm kind of like I guess as I usually do it, I would feel out my way so I don't feel pain and get into it. And I'm like getting ready for these bicep curls, something so basic, something I actually barely do. I do a lot of complex movements, but something I sit up for, and it's such a basic movement, and I didn't need it. I'm thinking, I'm like, what the hell? So I go throughout my whole workout, and I felt really good. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together, and then I'm like, 2 days ago I did the exosomes, and it literally relieved this pain that I have so much that I just adapted to and started dealing with in my daily life.
So not only does it fix the injury, but it improves your life as a whole, just walking around,
Dude,
doing
the
daily
shit
stuff.
the shit I want to do daily, it was putting up with anyway, even though I'm injured and still need in my life, improved. So instead of just improving the injury, it's improving your quality of life. The thing I'm going to do anyway, that I'm going to spend an hour at 4:30 a.m. every day doing anyway.
What time do you wake up?
4 a.m.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm only up at 4 a.m. if it's
But
from
not by
before.
choice, and he can attest to this.
I go to work at 4:30. That's why I'm asking. I'm like, geez, good for you.
Thank you.
Yours is voluntarily.
And
Good
I,
for you.
And I love it because it makes me look so fucking dedicated.
Yeah.
But I am, but I'm not that dedicated. I just happen to actually be on this biological internal clock where I wake up at 4 a.m. We went to Vegas.
I was gonna say, don't go to fucking Vegas with him. You're never gonna sleep.
I'll never go back to Vegas.
Well, we have an office in Vegas, and we went out there for work, and obviously there's a 3-hour time difference, and my body just so here I wake up at 4 a.m. right, and I used to wake up at 4 a.m. and try to lay in bed and succumb to like an acceptable time to get out of bed, like 6 a.m. But I've spent 2 hours in my head thinking about things, and at 6 a.m. I'm starting my day in the train of thought that doesn't even exist. So at 4 a.m. I just succumbed to it. I said, fuck it, I'm going to go to the gym, push myself, whatever. By 6 a.m., I did harder shit than people are going to do their whole day. I'm in a different mindset, so it's great. We go to Vegas, it's 3-hour time difference. I still wake up at fucking 4 a.m. It doesn't matter if we're out until whatever time.
Being professionals, doing business meetings.
Business.
Listen, that's how you meet people.
Well,
networking.
Dude,
Networking.
well,
We
business
met
is
we met
24/7.
We met people in the pool.
you
met people
need
at
to
the bar,
stay
they all
up.
became patients.
You need to stay up. And if you can't, you take supplements to do so.
I heard there's caffeine. Is the one of them you take?
Another one that
Very
starts
good.
with a C.
Vitamin
Yeah.
C.
Yeah.
Vitamin C.
Vitamin
yeah.
C, very good for you.
Yeah.
Vitamin B's bullshit, by the way.
But
used to be in soft drinks in the 1920s. I hear too.
that's
right.
what I'm saying, dude.
That's right.
Rumor has it.
Yeah.
Rumor has it.
That's why everybody was so thin, I guess, in those days.
What did they have back then? What
It's
was
like
it?
when
Everyone wore fucking suits everywhere, though.
That's what
I'd
I'm
be
saying.
sweating my balls. I'm sweating in a t-shirt and shorts.
Huh.
Imagine
It is
wearing
a
a
little-
suit.
but it is a
doing all
little warm
that.
in here, though.
Yeah.
It's a little
Nice
warm.
100% wool suit.
Well, when you have all these handsome guys in one room, it's going to heat up
Very
a
hot.
bit.
It's true.
It's going to heat up. Look at all the tattoos.
So not besides, but all that information you're talking about, it's not just like injuries and stuff too. It's all the food people are eating and like lack of exercise and
You
all
guys
the shit
offer
in
a
the
weight
water.
loss by you guys?
We do, and let me tell you. So
Let's
Las
talk
Vegas,
about that.
You just talked about Las Vegas. So there's a doctor we have out there, Dr. Oliver. He has clinics in Indianapolis. Luckily enough, we were able to get him as our doctor because we can't be in 2 places at once. But that's only one guy. They have
With a
nice,
great neck.
Yeah, great neck.
Great neck.
Weight loss. Weight loss program. I mean, they includes peptide, semaglutide, which I'm sure Michael will get into a little bit. Workout plans, measuring everything. So we don't want you to lose weight. I want you to lose body fat. And that's what everything's geared
There it
towards.
is.
We had a woman text us the other day, hey, I gained a pound taking this semaglutide for 2 weeks. I asked her, I said, you've been going to the gym? Yeah. I said, you're short. She goes, yeah, you know what? My pants are a little bit bigger. I said, probably put 2 pounds of muscle on, 3 pounds of
You're losing inches,
muscle on.
but-
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're not
Yeah,
losing
so
muscle.
obviously the old saying, muscle weighs more than the fat. That's fucking irrelevant. If I give you a pound of feathers and a pound of rocks,
Still a pound.
which one pays more? Which one weighs more?
The sample pound.
They're both a pound.
But which one hurts when you throw at somebody?
Right. And which one can be smaller? You put a 1 pound rock, or if you need a pound of feathers,
It's
that
even
one's way bigger. It's the same thing with body fat and muscle. You know what I mean?
All right.
For example, there's different measurements for your body composition. Skeletal muscle mass, right? SMM, skeletal muscle mass, which is the amount of muscle you have on you. Your body fat, and then your BMI. BMI, I think it's the lingo that skews people. So the categories are under fat, normal, overweight and obese.
Overweight,
Morbidly obese.
Obese.
You're
If you-
obese.
If you look at
Obese because
look at those weight charts
BMI,
from back in the day.
body mass index, goes by how much mass means how much space you take up. So, for example, for my height, the amount of space that I take up is in an obese category. It doesn't look into the body composition of it, but
it should be like super sexy category.
Yeah, it's-
I like that one.
I'll say it.
No,
think
yeah,
we
no,
should
S
be
squared,
talking about
super
this.
sexy.
Yeah,
S squared.
I get you. You
Yeah,
get it.
it's science. You got to put the squared.
Science,
S
yes.
squared. It's
Got it.
super sexy. It's like, S squared. It sounds scientific.
It's on the chart. It's fine.
Right, exactly. But long story short, due to what body mass index is, yeah, maybe my body weight for my height is larger than it should be, but it's not obese. The verbiage is wrong.
Okay.
So science needs to change that because it makes people feel like they're overweight, but at the same time, it's the body composition. Okay, awesome. I'm in an obese category for my body weight to height ratio, but how much is muscle? How much is body fat? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a difference there. You can have somebody that, is skinny fat. Meaning
I've been called that. But, I mean, I was much skinnier when I was called that, but I was called skinny fat.
skinny fat's a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that's
it's
what
what
it's
you're
called.
composed of. I mean, listen,
Yeah.
you can not be big, you can be thin, but what are you composed of? Fat.
But do you jiggle when I smack you?
Do you jiggle? Do you jiggle?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do truffle shuffle.
Yeah.
You
And
fat
they're-
fuck.
Speaking of bizarro worlds, but that body mass index thing for certain people, it really is the case though. Like myself,
It's the
I
case.
am morbidly obese for my height, weight, and
At the same time,
You're still living though.
and
Oh, yeah,
don't
well-
take this the wrong way, you'd look weird skinny.
You'd have a big fucking head like a lollipop.
well,
That's
I
I got really-
when I
I got
first,
Like you'll
I got the
always
size 8
be,
over
you'll
there, so
always
it's-
be how tall are you?
well, right now I'm about 6'2". I'm currently right now 383. I was
Twisted Steel
I was
sex appeal.
421 at the beginning of January, but I've been
383,
slowly.
Wow, how'd you-
screaming Bobcat.
Just I stopped drinking soda. I stopped snacking. I just eat my food at night.
I love that you bring that up. So one of the things I do at the office is nutrition. People always ask me, "What should I do?" Well, let's look at what you should stop
Empty
doing.
fucking calories was
Look
the
what
biggest thing.
you should stop doing. Because I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You got to add shit to your life. You're not that dedicated because you're here. So let's look at stuff you're doing, and let's tell you to do less. Don't do this. Don't do that. If you can't do that, it's not adding something. It's not dedication. You're not adding something. I'm asking you to do less stuff. Like you actually have to do less
I don't
work.
know, man. Trying to tell me eat less Oreos might be an issue.
But that's what I'm saying.
Those things are more addicting than drugs, scientifically proven.
No, it really is.
Oh, I believe it.
But if you don't eat that one bite, you're not gonna have any, and you're not gonna be addicted to it anymore.
It builds up. It's the
Same thing with
consistency.
soda for me. I was
That's fair.
addicted to Coke with ice.
Well-
anywhere on earth, I drink it. And it's the best.
My
I
man-
gave that shit up.
My guy can attest to this. I will fucking sit down and eat a Big Mac and a large fry, 10-piece chicken nugget, and a
Well,
full
he did.
pizza
He
pie.
did. I remember today. He just went over a nutrition consult with a woman, who was struggling with her weight for years, and someone's ordering lunch at the office. He got a 20-piece fries and like a high C fucking orange or some shit.
So, excuse me. That being said,
High C, by the way.
that woman doesn't
fantastic
go to the
beverage.
gym every morning at 4 a.m. either.
but that being said, I'll do that. But then at the same time, I get back so I compete in bodybuilding. So if I'm gonna do it, so I either 0 or 0
0 100. I know 2 speeds. This is sleep.
That's it. We
That's
spoke
all
about
time.
it.
This is sleep.
We spoke about it before the podcast. 0 to 100. I'll sit down. I'll get my 20-piece. I'll get my large fry, extra large fry if they offer it. A pie, right?
If it's on the menu.
If it's on the menu, they give me the biggest shit you got.
Wendy's
I'm
has a 50-piece nugget.
Party pack.
on
so
our
you
way
know.
home. On our way home.
18, 19 bucks.
Do what
50
you want with
nuggets.
that information.
Do you want
Not
it.
bad. So, but if I decide I'm gonna do a bodybuilding show, I fucking commit, man. I do what I'm supposed to do. Nutrition is the key.
That was big. He was in prep, and he wound up. He could tell you why he didn't go to the contest. When we got to Vegas, every place we went, there was a fucking free lead for the office. Because hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, listen.
So when me and him went to Vegas, so long story short, I was actually in June. I was supposed to do 2 or 3 bodybuilding shows. I was going for my pro card. When did we go to Vegas? April, May?
Last week of April, yeah, first beginning of May.
First week of May, last week April. I was 10 weeks into getting ready for the bodybuilding show, so I was like fucking shredded. But I got
Cut
to
like a bag of dope.
cut like a bag of dope.
Feel free to use the line. I love the line.
Oh,
I love the line. I love to do a line.
Cut like a line.
Yeah.
A little spindle rendition of it all.
Let's get back to health. So, we were in Vegas, and I was 10 weeks into a bodybuilding prep. I mean, you're not talking about like dieting because you want to lose weight. You're talking about you're gonna be almost naked on the stage. So you're dieting. So a month prior to going to Vegas, I told my car I'm in a lawsuit due to a car accident, so I really can't step on stage in June at this point and be in elite shape, right? I can still work out and stuff, but I had to pull back from the show. So Vegas, right before Vegas, I was notified about how I can't do the show anymore for my chiropractor for the lawsuit, so I had to pull out the show. But when we got there, I was 10 weeks in, so you're talking about 2.5 months of dieting,
Pure dedication.
pure
to the cause.
dedication. You know what I mean? From eating pizza and nuggets to going to asparagus, grilled chicken, and jasmine rice for every fucking meal. So diet makes that much of a difference. I mean, I'm somebody who lives the lifestyle no matter what I'm doing. I'm going to take whatever gets me to the next level. I'm going to eat a lot of calories. I'm going to do all this stuff. But if I want to get to a healthy position or something that looks a little bit beyond what everybody else is doing, it's the nutrition.
Nutrition's key.
I mean, I can tell you too. Like him, the two people I know that train the hardest are him and then my partner in Las Vegas, Jenny, Tito Santana's daughter. She's jiu-jitsu, pro wrestler, and lives at the gym every day. And she was working in the school system too. And we went to a wedding.
She's a beast.
Went to a wedding in Florida, and she looks great. I mean, beautiful girl. We're at a wedding in Florida, and
She doesn't look like a beast.
No,
But
she
is.
a tough,
You
tough
know the movie
tough
Beauty and the
motherfucker.
Beast?
Yeah.
She would play
Probably
both
both.
roles.
So, where's this place?
She'd play both roles.
There's this place we
It's
go
kind of
to.
hot, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm like,
kinda-
oh, interesting.
It's a little bit hot.
There's this place, La Tub.
Bench me again, please.
There's this place, La Tub Hamburgers, where I've never seen someone.
I'd
finish
make
a
her
whole-
angry at me on
fin-
purpose.
Finish a whole, and then she beats the shit
Punish
out of you
me.
with some fucking triangle.
Yeah,
or something.
punish the fuck
There's,
out of me.
There's this place, La Tub. They have like two burgers like I've never seen before. If I can't finish it, so on the way there, we were I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. I said, I'll bet you $100 that you don't have to bet that you can't finish the whole thing. She finished it and had fucking apps and ate the fucking dessert. I just before she was even 3/4 of the way done, I knew I was gonna lose. I just handed her $100. But her
handed over.
metabolism is so from that training schedule. And I won't say her age; she'll get pissed at me. But her and Mike, like that's the stuff I've seen them eat.
Oh,
She-
can I do
Burns
it?
it like fuel.
I've gone. I've
I wanna
gone,
be punished.
I've gone to dinner with him, and I've gone to dinner with her, and just seeing what they can eat, and it doesn't stick to them because look what they're.
Jenny, I'm
You
going
know.
to tell your age.
But
I'll have to tag her in this. When I post it.
tag Jenny Santana.
Jenny Santana.
But dude, her and Mike.
Tag her
eat-
and then in the comments
Yeah.
put her age
Yeah.
and body weight.
No, over age.
The two things you never ask a woman.
Yeah.
I asked, what kind of medicines do you want? You want a good leg? Get a girl on Prozac.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. These days, with the accessibility to meds and the amount of people that actually should be on them, it should be a prerequisite.
Nah, me, I'm raw dogging life. No meds for me. Just go crazy
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh,
But the another, like I said, I think it's a good segue into the peptides. Like stem cells are great. We love them and everything. Peptides are something that there's something for literally everybody, even if you're not injured, even if you don't need to come.
So what's a peptide?
That's why I usually defer to Mike. I have a great knowledge of it. Like I
Right.
said, I've had experience with a bunch of them. He's the guru when it comes with it. So,
So,
I
Mike,
like
what's a peptide?
amazing.
Real guru.
Is it anything like Pepto-Bismol?
Is it like
and
Tide Pod?
hold
What is
on,
it?
before we get down, you brought that up. I actually like the taste of Pepto-Bismol.
It's delicious.
He fucking hates cherry,
It's
apparently.
like old school bubble gum.
But
or
the
something
chalky
that.
I like
the
that
Flintstone
shit.
vitamins. I'll eat fucking 10
I like
of
the
them
Tums.
now.
The Tums.
Tums are
enjoy.
good
Oh,
too.
Tums are fucking
You ever
fantastic.
Tums are
in
good too.
traffic because you're bored?
I'm like, oh, shit, I got-
I almost want to have a stomach ache to eat Tums now.
No, dude, I have acid reflux,
You know what?
so I have an excuse.
I
literally-
always have a pocket Tums in my
Hey.
pocket.
Loose.
Loose pocket Tums.
You get lint on? It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
always, because you never know when you're gonna
Good
have heartburn.
stuff. Good stuff. So,
So-
what are these things?
All right, you
Peptides.
ready to get scientific?
I'm
I'm
ready.
ready.
All right.
I'm gonna be more
So-
betterer.
There we go. So peptides. I mean, to really break it down, like he said, there's a peptide for everything.
Okay.
The reason he's saying that is because every single body function that you have going on has a peptide being sent to it, because a peptide is just a signal. So it's an amino acid chain, not branch chain amino acids.
Okay.
It's an amino acid chain, meaning it's numbers and letters in different orders, and they're being fired to different body functions so they can
It's
operate.
like a high
every
school
day.
chemistry class.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that they'll be able to go to different body functions, and they'll be able to fire off and tell you to do things. Everything from performance, like body fat and muscle mass, to cognitive function, to growing your hair back, to sexual function, to
a
getting you
question.
tanner.
So there's
Sexual
there's
function.
ones-
You raised your hands.
No, it was before. There's the balding. Because I know someone close to me who spent a lot of fucking money getting hair installed.
Well, that's so the balding. There's a peptide for it too. But think about this: people are getting. I know people, and I won't mention names, spend a lot of money on transplants and everything.
Yeah.
You could do a PRP. We use a company, Regen Labs. We have a great rep, Jess. You mix that with a like, I don't want to say low level exosome, because at the time last year 10 to 20 billion was the highest out there. Now we're testing 19 trillions. But we use a 10 to 20 billion exosome with your own blood, the PRP from the kit, and inject it into your head. Your hair will grow back. There's the hair cycles every so often. If you get time at the right time, 1 or 2 treatments and your hair's growing back.
The new moon.
Yeah.
High tide. Bam,
I mean,
you're in.
listen, I'm a little older than you guys. I have a little bit going back here. You know, two kids will do that to you. I can only imagine what 5 and 3 will do to you.
Full head of hair.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 35.
I'm 42. 7 years. We'll have another conversation about that.
We'll see.
But I have.
I thought a helpful head.
I'm doing a little.
I'm a
I'm doing a little bit in the back here, and it's like I said, I was actually.
I did it once on my pubes, and you got to see what's going on.
My bush is the
It's
biggest.
a 1970s porn down there now.
You don't need
No,
that.
it's
I don't need
crazy.
a Merkin. This is all me.
Dude, you got to see the buzzer I bought on Amazon to get rid of this shit.
Manscaped?
Yeah.
Dude,
So you were
Manscaped.
saying
It takes at least 3 guys.
But
a weed whacker.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You
I
do an
do-
exosome PRP combo for your hair. It's deadly. I mean,
Nice.
So you have these things can attack all problems.
Right.
in
So
the body.
so back to what I was saying. So any
$1,200 you get have your hair grow back. Who the fuck
You said
is
the,
that?
fucking
the
steel.
peptides have
Yeah.
amino acids. Isn't DNA made up of amino acids?
It is.
So, it kinda
So-
like
so like
helps
I was
work
saying-
that way.
Yeah, so like I was saying, you have peptides being fired all over your body right now.
Right.
You know, so if you go out in the sun, us all being the same skin tone, you get red.
I'm
right?
milk,
You
my
get
skin tone.
you get burnt.
Yeah.
After you get burnt, a couple 2-3 days in a row, your body starts to turn tan. It's not because you fucking look good tan. It's because your body has realized it's going to be under a certain amount of pressure from the sun and burn itself. So it's going to get darker so it doesn't do that anymore. That's how smart it is. There's a peptide that gets fired there once it's signaled that you're being burnt too much. Just like being tan, just like hair
some
growing back,
questions.
just like body fat being utilized. Everything has peptides being sent all over. Some people have better quality peptides in certain areas. So when you take a peptide, it's important to do a consultation.
I want to throw something in there too. For my people, you Google peptides, you start getting harassed by fucking companies on Facebook and Instagram. That's all bullshit. That's stuff from China. It's hey, get this for $56. You can buy
So
something for
it's like
$56.
you're getting peptides on Wish.
It doesn't fucking. It doesn't work. You know what I mean?
It doesn't work, and if it does, it's up to you to find out how it does, and that's if the product was even what you bought. So let's say you got a
You
good
have little
product.
Chinese people mixing
Yeah,
stuff in their house.
like
probably.
this is something that you do a consult for. We distinguish what you need across the board of many different peptides that could be available, and then given to our medical director to prescribe the dose you need for your goals. And then it's made for you in a compounding pharmacy.
So
it's
you
not,
have,
it's
you
not
have
a shelf.
tailored made, not some bullshit off the.
It's on a
No
shelf.
moonshine peptides.
Like if you
Yeah.
called me for a peptide and we did a consult to figure out what you want, it's not coming off a shelf. I gotta send that to the pharmacy. It's not even there. They're gonna make it.
The compound.
It takes.
They're gonna make
the
it.
only issue, like I said, people get upset sometimes. They want it right away. If you can get it right away, it's what you want. This takes.
You want it
5 to
tailored
s-
for you.
5 to 7 business days, and the weight loss stuff is up to 10 to 14 business days to get because it's not getting made until the order's filled, paid for, and everything.
Like
They
for
don't even
example,
do
when
it.
I say we do a consultation, figure out what's for you. So, we have people that come in that work out already, right? They want something for the gym, make them strong, lose body fat. Gain
You
some-
said that very aggressively. You
gain
stared
some-
right at me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I feel like I'm in prison right now.
yes. Oh,
Make
listen.
you strong. What the fuck?
Forget
Just
about
stop. You're giving
forget
me my-
about forget about diving. You'll be like fucking Michael Phelps in the next Olympics.
Just going crazy.
Don't talk about. Just stop talking about prison. Give me PTSD. Anyway, so, you have specific goals, gym goals, but you're fucking going to the gym, dude. You're eating right. You look great. You're doing your thing. Do you need something in the gym?
Well-
Let's talk a little bit. So let's find out what's going on. Because I know when I go to the gym, and I put my headphones in, and I get ready to do 15 reps. Once that's off the bar, whatever I'm doing, those 15 reps, I don't know what's going on around me. I'm counting them. I'm making sure they're up to standard. I'm doing them. I put it down. I need to shake it out for a few seconds. I get back, and then I'm in reality. If that's not happening every set, you don't need something in the gym. You need something cognitively to help you focus. You need to be more aware of what you're doing at the time. You're capitalizing on your time. You're at the gym. You're putting in the effort. The effort should be giving you that result. Why is your effort lacking? So that's what the consult's for, to distinguish what you need. People don't always need what they think they need. You know what I mean?
I'll tell him for like the stuff I take PPC and CJC. I've been taking it for a while. I like it. A lot
So
of
he,
people
so I know he sounds like he doesn't know the alphabet right now, but these things just have really weird.
How'd you know I was thinking?
Yeah, these things have really weird names.
There's a lot of letters.
They haven't dumbed it down. I mean, you have things that go from 5 amino MQ, 1 MQ mixed with CJC, ipamorelin,
sound like scientists.
and
It's great.
BP157, which is the super basic shit. And I just sounded like I didn't know. I sounded like I drank too many Coronas.
I'm talking to
But
Chris.
speaking of which, can I,
Yes.
Absolutely.
I-
Well, actually,
Matt, let me
we're,
get a Corona.
we're getting close to winding this down. We're pushing an
That's
hour.
the one thing, like, when he
Absolutely,
joke
yeah.
of him is like the BPCC I've been taking for a while, great results. MK, a lot of people love it. Me, I took it, and I'm bigger than 99%. I'm 6'2", 275. I took the MK. I couldn't sleep for fucking shit. I was up,
and I take
eating-
it every morning.
He takes it every morning. I was
Like
up. I ate
before.
like 20 ice pops in the middle of the night. Fucking made an omelet, made fucking rice and everything.
That's where you're wrong.
I
If you
just
take it, if he took it at night, 20
I'm
ice
taking
pops.
it-
I take it in the morning. I have 30 ice pops.
But I just
get the
had-
extra 10.
It didn't work for me, but it works for him.
Right,
BBC
everybody's
and
different.
CDC,
Yeah, everyone-
I love it, and I have 130-pound guys that are taking the MK, and they love it. I'm twice their size, literally.
A
and I
big
can't take
factor
it.
here in understanding peptides is, so let's backtrack a little bit, right? So a peptide is a signal that's sent to a body function. So usually when you take a substance, a medication, a narcotic, a drug, it's that creating the results, right? You take cough medicine, you stop coughing. You don't take cough medicine, you start coughing again. You take X narcotic, you feel some type of way, it wears off, it goes away, right? A peptide isn't creating the results. A peptide's sending a signal for your body function to improve. Once you take the peptide long enough for it to be consistently sent there, that body function improves, and your result comes from your body function getting better. So you're actually getting a natural result from your body. So things that are performance enhancing, like body fat, muscle gain, strength, things like that, are coming from your body optimizing and getting to a level that it could always have been at naturally if you ate fucking broccoli every day since they were born. You had perfect oxygen in the air. You never were stressed. All these things affect your body and the hormones and the vitamins and the things that are produced. Peptides are to pinpoint what's lacking or pinpoint strong points you want stronger, make those body functions fire off a little bit harder so that therefore they can function better. When they function better, you will then operate better. And from there, you'll feel way better, and it's way more sustainable because it's not a synthetic form of something that's creating it for you. Your body's being better. So it also means if you discontinue use, you'll progress continuously from there. So it's something that, I think not only the fitness community, it's really big in the fitness community, I think because those people are more aware of their bodies and what can happen when you make choices to take care of it, as opposed to somebody who isn't in the fitness community, doesn't take care of themselves, but wants to fix something. They don't really have too many assessments done daily on themselves to acknowledge what's going on.
Right.
But it can help everybody, and the way it helps people is super sustainable because it's just making your body actually better. It's not relying on the drug to do it.
Okay.
That was a great explanation on peptides.
Now, where can people find you guys?
We're right here.
Now I can find you.
Dude,
So you guys have like
Where can our listeners get you
Instagram,
guys?
YouTube videos,
I mean,
anything like that?
we're on Instagram. I mean, Advanced Peptide Development LLC, Infinite Wellness Las Vegas is the Las Vegas office. Integrated Pain Management LLC is the Rutherford office. Websites, there's plenty of celebs on there. All the celebs, agreed to be on. Then take a peek. There's some very famous people coming to all the offices, and
Okay.
a lot of them are UFC fighters, a lot of pro wrestlers, a lot of movie stars, guys who want to take good care of themselves.
that
Well,
need to.
I know who
Absolutely.
I'm calling, I know who I'm following, and I know who I'm supporting. You gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Oh,
And
good.
it will be reciprocated.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you for coming out, guys. And thanks again for diving in deep with Dirty Water Boys. You have a good day.
Take care,
Awesome.
guys.
Thank you so much.